Well, good evening everybody and welcome to round 4 of the XRL GP2 division, brought to you here at the, well, not really legendary, but let's call it legendary nonetheless, Chinese circuit. You're brought to you tonight on Excite Racing League Channel 1, joined again by, once again, with myself, XRL Robert, and my usual co-commentator, Christopher Moss. Good evening, Chris.
Evening, Adam. It is dark here. Evening, Adam. It is dark here. We absolutely tremendous race last night. We absolutely tremendous race last night. All we hope for is that we have better than what we had last year. Is that we have better. It took me 3 weeks to get rid of my headache.
Well, that's great news, Chris. But anyways, let's get out onto the track. Obviously, we've just started qualifying. I'm going to try and get to the front of the pack, and people are actually overtaking each other to get some space, which is quite something. As I said, I'm trying to get on board with the guy at the front, but I'm not going to be able to do that. But anyways, let's go on board with HPX Footy, who is a new driver in for this week, who is in McLaren. As he's coming through the snail section of what is actually technically turns 1, 2, 3 and 4. Takes that pretty well actually and got really good traction in the exit. He comes through turn 5. Actually no, that is turn 5. He's now up to turn 5 is this little kink, which is more of an annoyance, and up through towards turn 6 now. You can really miss your braking. Oh, looks like a little bit of Mario Karting going on there once again. Hopefully we don't see that too much in the race, because it can be quite annoying. Through the left-hander here, take that easy flat out and downshift 3 gears, or 2 or 3 gears into this right-hander before the double left. Again, a corner can really catch people out, and it's caught out HP Footy. He's gone wide at the first part, really compromised him in taking his speed through the corner. I mean, Chris, your opinion on this track, really? Would you say it's quite a difficult track?
It's definitely one to get right. It's very difficult. It's definitely one to get right. It's very difficult and get minded as I'm on board with Flame Dragon. He just slightly wrong the entry to turn 7. Yeah, it's definitely one to master. We've seen drivers in the past master. Yeah, it's definitely one to master. We've seen drivers in the past a couple of seasons ago and get your pole position. I think even see you a couple of seasons ago and get your pole position. I think people can do it. It's just a matter of whether you can. Maintain the performance. It's just a matter of whether you can. I see that the maintain the performance.
It certainly has. We're going to have this every week, I think, pretty much. But HP Footy coming across the line now to set his first lap. It's a 1:36.2. That is a really good benchmarker there to lay down the gauntlet to the rest of the field. Currently in P2, we've got Davey, who's on a 36.9, but obviously drivers will still be trying to complete their laps. LGS has been dropped down to, well, he's actually slipping through the field as everybody's crossing the start-finish line to complete their laps. So LGS is on 37.1 at the moment, so we'll just stick on board with him, see if he does another qualifying lap. I mean, I think the best thing to do for this track is to put about 4 laps of field and go for 2 runs. I mean, I did that last night and I improved on my second lap. So it's what I'd recommend, but obviously people can do whatever the hell they like. LGS now comes through the left-hander of what is turn 7 in towards turn 8 now. Easier on the wheel to do this section, take more speed and get better turning through the double left now, and Lee doesn't use all the outside run of the outside of the track, probably avoiding the curves, which is probably not a bad thing to do now. Into this really difficult left-hander, which can easily I've forgotten the word I was going to say now. I was going to say distract, but it's not distract. Catch drivers out, I should say. You can either turn in too early and get a corner cut, or you can turn in easily too late, and it just puts you in a bad position coming off the next right-hander onto this very long back straight, where we shouldn't be seeing people topping out around about 2:15, I would see, as LGS comes to the hairpin now, and he's outbroken himself very deeply there, and I wonder if he's actually going to complete his lap. It's not been the best from LGS, and well, he's going to finish. He comes through the last corner, takes that well actually. Coming across the start line now, and he actually improves to a 36A and puts in P4.
Couple of poles so far this season, 36.5, so a couple of poles provisional pole as he goes across the line, 36.5, so he's 3/10 of provisional pole as he goes across the line. Obviously it is 1-0, so me in the qualifying battle. Obviously it is 1-0 me. Who's your money on
Footy? XHPX Footy.
Who's your money on pole? I'll go for Jambo then.
Well, Jambo did say actually, whilst you weren't here, Chris, that this is actually his worst track. So you've said you've made your prediction now, and you can't change it.
If I can
Yeah, but doesn't mean that he's going to get pole, is it?
At the end of the day, because you picked first in at the end of the day, because you picked first in
no, it means I get to pick first, seeing as though because you always pick first anyway.
Yeah. Age before beauty, mate. Age before beauty.
Oh, thanks, Chris. You're saying that I'm a beautiful specimen. Well, you said age before beauty, so I'm taking that as I am absolutely to die for. No, not quoted by Jet. Are you trying to make me throw up? Look, I've just got over an illness over the weekend, and are you trying to make me sick again?
What would be the most appropriate answer? I'll go for the opposite one.
I'm just not going to say anything. I'll tell you one thing I have noticed is that every time I'm on board with either of the two McLaren drivers, I am not hearing any sound, and yet I'm hearing it from every other car, which is...
Oh, I just noticed the disappointing thing that XRL Michaels is here. Oh, I'm going to have a disappointing thing that XRL Michaels is here.
Mr. Scaffolding there.
Someone lagging out. XRL Metal Poles. XRL Metal
And we shall leave it there, as Dizzy Cupid has actually sent me a message saying, I've just been given a penalty for waiting before my lap to give space, and I was not even stopped. I'm sorry, but that's BS. Can we have a restart? I'm sorry, Dizzy Cupid, but we can't.
Yeah, I did notice that actually when people starting their first laps. I did notice that actually when people starting their first laps, there was about Flame Dragon who were on board with, included unfortunately Flame Dragon who were on board with. Make sure you're not even on the racing track. That'd be the best. Make sure you're not even on the racing track. So all the lower divisions as well, racing either tomorrow. So all the lower divisions as well, racing.
Indeed, well, I'm on board with the only person to have not set a lap time at the moment, and that's Ryan in the Ferraris. He crosses the start line now. Obviously, I do not know what the hell lap time he's going to be doing, so we shall just see how he goes into turn 1 and technically turn 2 now. He's actually gone really wide there. Took a lot of speed into the entry, and I think that's caught him out, but he gets a good apex in towards the end of the corner, through the last part of this really difficult snail section now, through turn 4, and on the parallel he goes. Gets some good traction there, does Ryan, so not a bad start, but I think he did run a little wide, as I mentioned earlier. Down into turn 6 now, well, it's a second gear corner really, and slightly wide there. Probably doesn't gain or lose anything as a result of that, but that curve can actually potentially spin you out on this track, or it can really unsettle the car and lose time, but didn't happen so much from Ryan, as he's gone really wide at that right-handed towards the double left now, and compromised his speed actually through there. So probably not the best middle sector that Ryan could have asked for, but nonetheless he's still going for it and towards this difficult.
In fact, the McLaren is probably helping with the extra McLaren is going 150 miles an hour down the back straight, and he's going 150 miles an hour down the back straight, and as you can see, Ryan is trying to get a little out of the way. Ryan's now going past him.
Oh, Ryan's backed up. So Ryan's clearly aborted his lap and he's not happy with what he's done, so Footy is still on pole position at the moment. Probably going to go for another lap. Just going to see here. No, he's not in boxes with 5 minutes to go, so he'll have a chance for another. And Jambo P2 out of 36.5 needs to find 0.3 of a second here. Does Jambo, currently leading the standings at the moment after the first 3 races, and let's see how he goes around here. He did say that this is actually his worst track, but then again, his worst track is still giving him currently he's still P2 at the moment, so not a bad start or result for Jambo if it remains that way, as he's just completed the snail section now, and he did really well actually there, taken a good amount of speed through each of the corners, and he's coming down towards the end of sector 1 now. Obviously I was looking for reference, but he's gone really wide there as Jambo. I was just going to say I was looking for reference points, but there's no point because I don't know what lap times they're doing.
Well, the interesting thing about Jammers, I think this is his best qualifying position. The interesting thing about Jammers, I think this is great one best qualifying position.
He got pole at Malaysia.
I think he got pole in Malaysia, which I don't think is one of his best tracks either. I think he got pole in Malaysia, which I don't think is one of his best tracks either.
Smashed the field.
To say, yeah, probably worse track. To say second place, he can't say too negative worse track.
I think he'll take some great positivity in towards this actually. But yeah, he's come onto the back straight now. There is a car ahead of him. I wonder if they'll actually, excuse me as I just burp, give him a better straight line speed. I don't think he's quite in the slipstream of that car, but nonetheless, going down in towards that car, that Toro Rosso actually has got out of his way as he comes in towards the hairpin. Definitely first gear, definitely first gear through there. You could easily tell by his back end just kicking out. And is he going to? He's not going to complete his lap. He's actually aborted it, going hopefully try and get one more run.
Going to go for one final lap. Well, Bobbers, mate, at the end of the day, it's pretty hard to see which console we're actually playing. At the end of the day, it's pretty hard to see which console we're actually playing.
Very good point, but anyways, I'm on board, back on board with XRL LGS, who's actually currently still in P4 at 136.8. He did say to me, actually, if he got into the 36s, he would be happy. So clearly he will be happy at the moment that he's actually comfortably within those 36s, and he's he's now actually down to the third row. Somebody else has just improved. I'll see if I can get you to. And where's he gone? He's gone fourth, but he does have that penalty, which was. Indeed.
In fact, that might even get in the way of us. In fact, that might even get in the way of us.
Potentially, actually. But anyways, back with it. Oh, and Dizzy lost it.
He is now officially lost.
Right, could you get him back in ASAP, please, Chris?
I told you that somebody was disconnected.
Yeah, but you're not meant to do that, are you?
I said it off stream. I'm trying to be positive. I said it off stream.
You were trying to be positive. So that's you being positive.
Yeah.
Well, LGS has actually gone back into P5 again, so somebody else has improved. As he comes down towards this very long back straight, as he deploys his DRS now, as he just bides his time and waits and comes in towards the braking point for this really difficult hairpin. He breaks about 100 metre board, and this he does get close into the apex, so much better from LGS there. As he comes towards the final corner now, another really difficult corner actually, can catch people out, and it's kind of got LGS out there. He went a little wide actually into the entry, and does he improve? He doesn't.
In fact, it was just like P2's gone ahead of Jambo as well with a 134. P2's gone ahead of Jambo as well with a 134.
Indeed, well, Footy is actually, he's gone wide again. At the same point as Footy even, and he's actually backing off. I wonder if he's got enough fuel for another lap. Ryan still has not set a lap time, and he's currently starting for what is now P13 and last if we can't get Dizzy Cupid back in. Well, he's only on an out lap, it doesn't matter. He's just trying to make sure he's got enough time to set a lap in, because obviously, you know, 40 seconds, just over 40 seconds to go, and the last sector is around about 42 seconds, so he needs to get his skates on, as my dog has now decided that he wants to be loud. Absolutely fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, watching the stream, we are now joined by Milo and ask them any questions. Please ask.
Indeed, yes. Well, Ryan has just come through the final call now. He'll easily get his lap time in, but this is going to be his one and final attempt. He'll come down to he's going to annoy me as he comes towards turn 1 and turn 2, and he's not gone quite as wide this time, but he's actually nearly compromised himself there and nearly gone wide. As Blackstone Hill's retired. That's a penalty. Oh, I thought people would know this by now, that they shouldn't be doing it. Or is that just me?
All I'll say is blame the All I'll say is blame the
Well, maybe I could. Yeah, Milo agrees. Milo agrees.
We're going to go for the Milo agrees. Milo agrees. We're going to go for the Milo agrees.
He's saying the same things again.
He's agreeing with us again. He's agreeing with us again.
As Ryan now just about to complete the end of Sector 2. His lap's not been too bad so far. He rides that left-hander really well. Now onto the really difficult right-hander banking, which traction is insanely important around here, or else you're just not going to gain enough speed down on the main straight. Did you keep sending me a message? yes, you will have to move on from it. Unfortunately, Dizzy Keeper, obviously you've disconnected, but you're back in nonetheless, so at least you can actually get into the race. But Ryan now coming towards the hairpin. I think he attempted first gear then, actually. I think he remained in first gear through that. Obviously gave him better turning as he comes into the final corner now. Ryan boxes! He's aborted his lap, so Ryan is going to be starting on the back row of the grid as Davy's going to come across the start finish line now. Doesn't improve. That just leaves just like Senna, who's actually gone off track.
Doesn't improve.
And he's
done what you did yesterday.
He still improved, actually. He still improved. So anyway, guys, there we go. That's qualifying done for GP2. And Footy, on his debut, takes pole position with a 36.2, just over a tenth of a second ahead of XGSY Davy. So Davy looking strong here. Jambo qualifies third, just ahead of LGS, actually, who improved on his final run to fourth. And even he's only just ahead of Flame Dragon. So third, fourth, and fifth, only separated by a quarter of a tenth. Then you find Blackster Hill in 6th, Michael 7th, Weakling 8th, Escas in 9th, and just like Senna, rounding out the top 10. So Chris, I will actually...
Interestingly, we've got a message on Twitch, and it's a picture of a Jack Russell.
It's a picture of a Jack Russell.
Twitch, and it's a picture of a Jack Russell.
Yeah. Look, I don't have a Jack Russell. I've got 2 Springers, so look for pictures of them.
Dizzy Cupid on Twitch saying this is BS. Dizzy Cupid on Twitch saying this is BS. I know I do.
Well, Dizzy Cupid, if you can do me a favour and get off Twitch because you're not meant to be on there, or whilst you're actually meant to be racing, as I'm just going to cycle through, actually see if any. My average finishing position is 3rd apparently.
My first.
Yeah, but Chris, how many times have you like retired and lost connection? That's probably why.
I've lost connection
once. I've led 294 laps.
I've lost connection once, and that was last week. I've led... Hang on, we'll try and find it.
3 laps.
I've completed 1,263. I've completed 1,263.
Right, well, I'm starting P15, so I know that I don't have to move out the way, but Chris, you do.
Yeah, but it means I'm quicker than you because I started.
No, that's because I retired before you.
Yeah, but it means I'm quicker than you because I started ahead of you. Yeah, but my number's ahead of you, that's how it's done.
Behave yourself.
Yeah, but my number's ahead of you, that's how it's done.
No, we're not doing Woof because Milo's actually shut up now, so hopefully, fingers crossed. We're all
Radar's asleep. What about Radar?
There we go then. So anyways, let's do our usual, and Footy's just actually sent me messages. Let's see what he says. Pole was a surprise. Well, it may have been a surprise, but you've certainly done the first part of the job. So Dizzy Cupid obviously will be starting at the back after his disconnection, but he is rejoining back with us. He'll be joined with Ryan, and then ahead of him we've got Connor Eyes and the Living Dead. Then you find the 2 Williams of just like Senna and Escassin on row 5. Row 4 is Weekly Nath, who's probably a bit disappointed with that, actually, considering how well he did last week at Bahrain. And then you find Michael's covered in tonight, starting in the mid-pack. Blackster Hill again covered in for us tonight. He starts P6, just behind Flame Dragon, who impressed me last week actually, and I hope he can do the same again tonight. LGS starts 4th, and I think he will take that. I think he'll be happy starting on the 2nd row alongside the current championship leader, which is Jambo. And then on the front row you find XGSY Davy and our new debut HPX Footy with a 136.2. Would have actually put him. I'm trying to think where would have put him in the F1 division last night. I think around about the mid-pack.
Not too bad pace, but obviously race trim. It's not too bad pace, and I'm going to actually back race trim. He's going to be very strong.
So you're going to go with Jambo again. Well, I'm going to remain with Footy.
He's been very strong in the races when he's not been taken out. You just got to hope that he gets it.
Chris is really bad. Puns. Excuse me. Tell you what, that's what.
You seriously gotta stop blowing up the hot
Well, that's what happens when you have a can of Pepsi Max.
Stop blowing up the hot air balloon. And mate, can of Dr Pepper, mate.
Well, I can't really have Dr Pepper, Chris, because you know I'm a freaking diabetic.
I'm not a diabetic. That's why I enjoyed it.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Well, somebody's clearly decided they've had enough on waiting and that they're ready to rock and roll. But then again, seeing as though we were pretty much where anyway, you know, let's get ourselves out onto the track. 28 shortish, long, medium length laps here on the Shanghai International Circuit. Who's going to end up on the podium? Who will take the win? Will we have any car destructions as we did last week at Bahrain? The only way to find out obviously is getting out onto the track and see what's what. as Milo simply agrees.
No, he's trying to sing better than you. No, he's trying to sing
Sounds like he's...
Don't make me call up that YouTube
He
thing
sounds
again.
like the water boy.
Don't make me call up that YouTube thing again. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Banter. So here we go, guys. HP Footy taking pole position in his debuts. They've actually, the front two are actually on the prime tyres to begin with. That is really intriguing. So they've got to make sure that they stay clear of those right behind them. But anyways, guys, we have 3 red lights, 4 red lights, and once all lights are on, we are racing. That's a new one. And let's see how they get off the line. For HPEX Footy, sorry, actually had a decent start. He's held off Davey into turn 1. Actually saying that, Davey's got a really good run through the second part of that, and Davey's actually gone on the inside and has taken the lead for the time being, as there's a Red Bull, I think, that's just gone off at the first part of that snail section, unless it's Flame Dragon, which it is Flame Dragon with his major lag. But Footy had a really good traction out at the end of the snail section, and he retook the lead. Davies right behind him in second place, but it's Flame Dragon who's been the big gainer. He's actually got ahead of Jambo at this beginning, at the stage of this race, but he's been knocked off by Davey, I think, now, unless that's lag. And I'm not quite sure. Oh, Davies had lag. Davies had lag, and he's found himself now behind the Ferrari and of Jambo. So Jambo's now up into P2. Oh, it's not Jambo, it's Weekly Nath. Oh my god, Weekly Nath has gone from 8th to 2nd. And he's all over the back of Footy for the lead.
Come on, Mercedes.
What did I miss? As the Ferrari there of Blackster Hill, who's made a good start himself. He's gone from 6th to 3rd, as he goes actually a little wide there, coming towards this back straight now. But I'm going to go back on board with Weekly Nath here. He's all over the back of XPHPX Footy, and that is an easy move. Much better traction on these option tyres. And Weekly Nath has gone from 8th to 1st, and we've not even completed lap 1 yet.
Interestingly, my favourite driver of this division, just because. Well, interestingly, my favourite driver of this division, obviously in the best position you'd want to be. His XRL Michael Tanti.
Maybe he had an incident at the first corner, because obviously I don't know where Jambo is in amongst all this. Oh, it's Blackster Hill, really corner cuts and track extends the fan. So Jambo's had a really bad start.
Now he's down to P9. He's just been overtaken on the start-finish.
So he's had a few problems on the opening lap here, but LGS have maintained position. He remains in P4. For the time being, and right behind him is the ever-flying Flame Dragon. I know he loves his Red Bull, but I think he needs to cut down on it. Behind him we have the second Force India the first Force India of Davies. So Davies dropped 4 positions off the start, but that's what happens when you go on to those prime tyres, and he's just not got the pace. Behind
gone up 2 places already since the start of this lap. Well, Michael's just gone up 2 places already since the start of this lap.
Well, Conor Rice has actually found his way up into P7, so he's gained positions off the start. So a good start for Conor Rice. Jambo's now in P8 behind Conor Rice, so he's passed one of the Red Bulls, he's passed the Living Dead, but he's lost 5 places off the start. Probably through no fault of his own. Everyone just seems to be really caught up through those first few turns, but Jambo has got it all to do right now. As I said, behind him we've got the Red Bull of the Living Dead, and then there's the second Ferrari, which is Ryan. So Ryan's gained 4 places off the start himself, which is what he needs to do as we come onto this really long back straight. And look at the lead that Weekly Nath has got, simply because of HP Footy on those prime tyres is holding people up, and it looks like there's going to be some moves going on up ahead.
Is Jambo on the prime tyres?
No, Jambo's on the options.
Is Jambo on the prime tyres as well?
Indeed, what is going on? But Blackster Hill hit the ball out at the final corner. He did take that place from HP Footy, but LGS is now overtaking him, and he's now having a look on the back of the McLaren driver himself as they come in towards turn 1. A lot of lag from LGS there actually. Don't know what just happened there, but HP Footy remains in that second place, and LGS hangs on just about to that third place, and Flame Dragon's now past the Ferrari of Blackster Hill. So Blackster Hill's lost 3 places after making that crucial move on HPEX Footy down that long straight, and it's now just gone from, well, what looked really good for him to, well, he's now stuck in his pack. And look at Weekly Nath, he's got the clean air, he's on the option tyres, and he can pump in these lap times. And if Footy can hold people up here for a few more laps, you know, Weekly Nath is looking really strong. Indeed, it is a bold move going for the primes at the start, simply because you can lose out on so many places. LGS went really deep there into the start of Sector 3, and Flame Dragon's actually just gone round the outside of him into the long sweeping right-hander. So Flame Dragon's now moving way up into P3, and now LGS is under threat from the Ferrari of Blackster Hill as they come down towards the back straight. DRS is deployed from both of them, but LGS deployed it a little late, and here comes the Ferrari driver of Blackster Hill on the inside. Is towards the hairpin. Can he get the car stopped? Indeed he can. Oh, LGS has actually lost an end plate. I think LGS hit the back of a really lagging Flame Dragon, and that's cost him his end plate.
And Milo agrees.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And Milo agrees.
So LGS is now really compromised, and Jambo's getting on this. He's on the outside of XGSY Davey now, and coming towards turn 3 and turn 4, and he's made that move stick on the inside. So Jambo retaking one of the positions he's lost, then he's back up into P6. LGS really struggling with that missed end play. Jambo is now actually going to try and make a move on the inside here. He will have the outside line for this long sweeping left-hander, but LGS is going to have a lot of understeer. But saying that, he's actually maintained that position for now. So, oh, and he's spun it. Did he spin it? Oh, it looked like he spun it on my screen. But Jambo's now into P5. Davies made a move, and LGS is now back into P7.
By the fact that he gone wide, but he's definitely not fun.
It looked like he had a mini spin and then just went back in line. I'm really confused by that. That's a really strange one. There's a little bit of lag going on involved here actually at the moment, but Weekly there, look at him out in front. He is seriously streaking away at the moment. As I'm going on board with, well, was on board with Flame Dragon, I'm going on board with HP Footy, who's under threat from Blackster Hill, making a move around the outside of the hairpin, and he's got the job done again. Now, can he actually keep it clean in this last corner and avoid the bollard? Yes, he's actually gone wide this time, and Footy's got the DRS to have a look down towards turn 1. Blackster Hill not doing himself any favours. He's gone really defensive into the middle of the track, as Dizzy Cupid has now lost connection, and Footy trying to go around the outside of turns 1 and 2 here. Blackster Hill trying to keep it on the inside. Here goes Footy though. He's got the line. He's got the inside into this next left-hander. Just forcing Blackster Hill out wide, and that is a really good overtake. That is absolutely fantastic from the debutant.
And Milo agrees.
Yes, he does agree.
And Milo agrees. Oh, and there's a lagging Flame Dragon as well, and there's a corner cut as well by the Ferrari.
Indeed it was.
There's a lagging Flame Dragon as well, and there's a corner cut as well by the Ferrari driver. Very nicely. And Footy has managing the gap very nicely. Well, he's managing the gap from keeping very well since he's on the front.
Indeed he is, but as I said, all this he's doing is he's giving Weekly Nath a great chance of victory. Touch wood. Hashtag no commentators curse. From it. Chris, you don't know what wood is. No. I simply do not. That's all I'm going to say.
Jambo has managed to get back up to P5. Jambo has managed to get back up to P5.
Flame.
And we've got a lagging
Flame Dragon. I think Flame Dragon's just hit
lagging car, and that's
Footy off the track. Yeah, and Blackster Hill's now up into second place as a result. That was a little naughty from Flame Dragon, and he's going to have to concede that position actually.
Not only that, but Jambo's also gained the position out of it as well, which... Not only that, but Jambo's also gained the position out of it as well, which... he's now lagged off the track and on the position, going to Shanghai Airport. He's now lagged off the track and on the track again.
So instead of from Paris to Berlin, it's from Shanghai to London. Interesting.
Well, technically it's from Beijing, you know.
From Paris to Berlin. No.
No, this is not Euro. This is not even World Cup 06. Don't think. This is not Euro. This is not even World Cup 06. Don't think.
Right, well, whilst I'm on board with Flame Dragon and Black's the Hill Clips, I'll do some checks on them too. But you can see Flame Dragon is actually a little more confident and better through this midsection compared to Black's the Hill. He's gaining all the time, and closely followed behind him is Jambo. So Jambo is actually doing a decent job on the way. He's made his way back through the field. He's back up into P4. But as I said, his teammate, he's doing the job at the moment, and he's going to be bringing in the constructor points here. Although, you know, it's still 22 more laps to go here, viewers. We're not even a third of the way through this race yet. We've had plenty of action. As Flame Dragon now is all over the back of Black's the Hill. He's got the DRS, there he goes, he's opened the... Will he move to the inside? Oh, we've lost Ryan!
We've lost Ryan.
So one of the Ferraris is now gone as Flame Dragon makes a move onto the inside line. And he takes that P2. Clean overtake there from Flame Dragon this time round.
But that does crucially mean that he's been allowed to take out the McLaren driver. That does crucially mean that he's been allowed. All I'll say is he did take out the McLaren driver. All I'll say is keep it on stream.
Well, Patronus, I have just read your message on Smart Glass. If anybody... Black's the Hill. Contact between the Ferrari. Well, 3 wide here.
Jambo is there to take...
He's taken Flame Dragon.
And not only that, he's Jambo is there.
He has indeed.
And not only that, he's going to take both of them.
Fantastic from Jambo.
He's going to have to second.
Taking, you know,
Come on, Jambo, you can win.
Being opportunistic from other people's mistakes, and he's got himself back into P2. A silly error, I think, there from Black's the Hill. Really not doing himself any favours, and now Jambo is back into P2. As we're saying, Patrons, what did you miss in the first 3 laps? You missed it a lot. A lot, but not a lot. There's Black's the Hill now. It's actually all over the back of Jambo. I'm just going to quickly read Ryan's message that he's just sent to me. He's saying that the lag is terrible.
Once again, that's another thing we can blame OGS for. Yay! Once again, that's another thing we can blame OGS for. Yay!
Patronus has just sent me another message. Flame Dragon is always lagging. Is it his connection or the horse that's bad? Well, I think by the looks of it, Patronus, it seems to be the horse tonight. As Black's the Hill has got the DRS on the back of Jambo here. Jambo's trying to go defensive towards the inside, where here comes Black's the Hill on the outside line. And that is as good a move as you're going to see. Really good from Black's the Hill. Kept it clean, no contact made this time around, and he takes that P2 spot. Chris, would you do... Oh, indeed he does. Chris, would you do me a favour and invite Ryan into here, because he's just sent me an invite.
Oh, and Flame Dragon's in with him as well, so we've got double pit stop. Oh, and Flame Dragon's in with him as well, so we've got double pit stop.
Dizzy Keeper's just sent me a message saying, I'm just going to start getting ready for Spain now. Hashtag gutted.
Hashtag Jambo got held up.
Yeah, I knew he would. That's why Flame Dragon's done
Hashtag
that.
Jambo got held up.
There's a battle for P. There's a big train here for P3. Ryan, was that a simple disconnection?
Yeah. That was terrible. Yeah.
Was it? Well, I presume was it between everybody, or was it just a certain few? No, even Milo's thinking that that's stupid.
I thought I was bad.
Well, that's... Sorry, go on.
I got hard to call the back as well. It was so hard to call the fight down the back as well. Even the people had fun off him.
Yeah, I think LGS may have hit the back of him when he was lagging, and he's lost an M player as a result of it. So, obviously we will keep an eye on it. I think maybe we might change host for you guys next week and see who's got, you know, a decent enough connection to host it for you guys. I mean, well, I am sorry to hear about your obviously your disconnection line, but hopefully for next week in Spain you can have a better result. Because obviously you were looking, because obviously you know you are a quick driver in this division, and you know you can fight up there with the front runners. Indeed. Well, thanks very much for your time, Ryan. Just, you know, put your feet up, watch the stream if you want, and or do whatever the hell you like. Thanks for your comments, Ryan. Well, there's actually a great battle. There's actually a great battle now for what is the lead. Living Dead has now taken lead as all of the option tyre runners have pitted, and the prime runners are now at the front of this field. We've got Davey in P2. I think Who's he alongside with? It's HP Footy. These guys are battling for P2 and 3, so the Living Dead has got ahead of them, and they're 3 wide going into turn 6, and that's Connorized on the inside. And he's still out on his option tyres, and he makes that double overtake stick, and now there goes the Williams. Or is that a Scassin, or is it's just like Senna?
Just like Senna, but he Mario Karted and got such great traction. Just like Senna, but he Mario Karted.
Well, I think Footy's going to be getting one of those positions back off him, and indeed he does, and gives him a little love tap actually on the exit as well, so he takes that position back, and Davies now on the back of him again as a result. But these guys are not doing each other any favours by battling through every single corner, and I'm surprised Connorized is still out on those option tyres.
Connorized is still being very competitive. Connorized is still being very competitive. Do see the four-seating mechanics come out at the end of this lap for him. Do see the four-seating mechanics come out at the end of this great advertising for great racing last week. Great advertising for great racing for last week.
Hey, very funny. As the Force India of Connorized is having a look at and trying to make a move on the Living Dead, so clearly those option tyres are still working even after 9 laps. And Connorized now he decides to pit the last bit. I wonder if he knocked the Living Dead off there actually, but just like Senna's now got a run on the back of him as a result. He hasn't got the DRS, but he's got so much more speed. But I think the Living Dead is just going to hang on for the time being as HP Footy goes quite wide, and Davey now is trying to make a move, as just like Senna's trying to make a move. So Davey's got ahead of XHPEX Footy. I'll say that slower next time.
Take a deep breath.
Yes. As he's actually starting to fall off the back of these front 3, but if they just keep on battling, he'll be right back on them as the Living Dead holds the inside line and remains in the lead just for now. But look at these 3, we could be 3 wide here through this left-hander. Davey's just going to fall off and sit back for now, as just like Senna takes the lead momentarily, but the Living Dead's got the inside line for this right-hander, and here comes Davey trying to take a sneaky look himself, but it's single file through here, and we're probably going to see some overtakes down this back straight, which I may not look forward to because of the lag that there is there.
Incredible speed by these top 4 guys. Still incredible speed by these top 4 guys. I don't know who is ahead of the guys up here. I don't know who is ahead of the guys.
Well, no, the Weekly Nerf, won't it? I think Weekly Nerf is in P5 just on the back of HP Footy, but yeah, Davies. Well, Living Dead had some great straight line speed. He's held off the threat from those behind, but it's Davies who's having a look at just like Senna, as you mentioned, Chris, and he's got really good traction there. The side by side as they come into the final corner, and they both pit. And Davies now broken himself. He's done a Hamilton. He's done a Hamilton, and he's lost 2 positions as a result.
Lost another place as well.
Well.
It's not at the end of the championship. Well, good job. It's not at the end of the championship. Is all I can say.
Oh, excuse me, indeed. I'm just going to see, so Blockster Hill's now in P4, and his weekly, no, it's Flame Dragon's in P3, and he's gone to another set of options, so he's going to the primes at the end, and Weekly Nerf has got options as well, so Weekly Nerf will be your net race leader still, once the Living Dead has made his first pit stop, but that lead that he had has been reduced, Chris.
That's good to see, but just like Senna, he's going for a prime option approach.
Oh, and Jambo's retired.
Jambo's going for a prime option.
Oh dear me, the championship leader. Get him in, Chris. And Michaels has gone.
And we lost connection to Michaels. Yes, with small mercies. And we lost connection to Michaels. Yes, with small mercies. Small mercies. That's all I wanted.
Well, Chris, do me a favour and get Jambo in for me, please.
I'll get Michael in after. I'll get Michael in after. You know, this is going to be so much fun if Michael is doing. You know, this is going to be so much fun if Michael is back doing UD3.
Well, let's just see about that. But dude, what was for the retirement? Just give us in your own words, obviously. Just, you know, was it lag that was involved? Because Ryan told us as well that there was quite a bit of lag in that lobby.
Corner, I get hit by third corner tonight, who's going to be first people go Brazil tonight, going to be first.
Well, do you know who it? Any idea who it was? Oh, we've had a side pod glitch. Side pod glitch. Oh dear.
Oh, we got side pod glitch.
Oh, well, at least I got that one. But well, as I said, Jam, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Obviously, well, your teammate is at least doing the business for you. He's currently leading at the moment. He obviously got away with all the carnage, and he's got a decent gap actually over the rest of the field. So obviously, you know, Mercedes still looking pretty good for constructors, but for yourself, obviously, you know, it's put a little bit of a dent into your title hopes.
I've got it all recorded.
Well, do us a favour then, Jambo. Once you can, send me your footage that you've got.
Did get a couple of them. They did. You know, I did have you down for the race win because you were saying that, you know, I did have you down for the race win. You qualified third. That was such a great qualifying for you. You qualified third. That was such a great qualifying for you. I didn't leave the existing I know I've been trying to limit down the week to tricky sport. Trying to limit down the week to commiseration, but I know that you've got the pace to Spain. I know that you've got the pace to Spain. You expect to get pole and win.
Well, fingers crossed for you, Jambo, that all goes well for you next week. And obviously, as I said to Ryan as well, I'll say the same thing. We will get a different host for next week, so I'll probably ask for GP2 to do a connection test if that's possible. That's it, yeah. Fingers crossed, all goes well. So, yeah, thanks.
When I left as well, I overtaken right behind him. I covered right behind him. Last corner, you know they lagged out straight after you retired. You know they lagged out straight.
Or if not, you do know now. I think he has helmet on, visor down. But, you know, as I said, well, hopefully it all goes well for you next week, Jambo. And just to cut across, actually, Davey just having the DRS on the back of, I think that was LGS, and he goes and makes his way up into P5. Easy move for him there. Yeah, I know which one you mean. That's fine. Obviously, I'll speak to the drivers after the race, and hopefully we can get all this sorted for you. Well, for everybody actually saying that. And if you want.
No, if you could do the back of the field, that would be out. No, if you could do the back of the field, that would be out.
Anyways, as a result of the first pit stops, and now that Davey has passed LGS, the gaps are starting to appear, obviously with people's different strategies. But Weekly Nath, I believe, still leads the way. He's got about a 5-second gap or so over Flame Dragon, who sits P2. There's actually LGS is coming under threat now from the second Red Bull of the Living Dead. So the Living Dead obviously starting with the back of the field once again, but he seems to have a much better race pace than he does quali. So everything seems to be going well for him at the moment, and he's had a much better run there through the start of Sector 3, and LGS has gone quite wide, and here comes the Living Dead on the inside of the right-hand banking, and that is easy as you like, and he's going to have the DRS as well. So this should be done and dusted. And indeed it is. He's just pulling away ever so slowly from the Toro Rosso, and he can move back to the racing line, and that's as easy as you like. So the Living Dead moves his way into P6. Yes, we got that on stream. Yes. Jammy Jambo. Hey, that goes together. As we actually now have forced India into team battle. I mean, Conrise is still yet to run the prime tyres, but he's actually managed to be ahead of his teammate Davey after everything that's gone on so far, and it's a battle now for what is P4.
We had the banter of all banter, and it'd be nice to see him get a podium. I want him to get a podium, and it'd be nice to see him get a podium. I want him to get a podium.
I think well, the problem is, you know, Davies ran the prime tyres. Conrise is still yet to run them, so Davies is in a better position, and his tyres just seem to be in a much better condition. Compare that to his teammate, and Davies just all over the back of them as they come into the start of sector 3, and I think traction is just going to simply tell us that, and indeed it is. He's managed to get a much tighter line compared to his teammate. He's all over the back of him. He's in that slipstream now, probably into Rich mixed in. He will have the DRS, deploys it, there we go, and that is a simple move. I don't think Conrise is just not going to bother to defend them, wisely so. The best thing Conrise can try and do is try and stay in the DRS of his teammates, so see if he can try and claw some time back. There's actually somebody's just going into the pits already, and we're only on lap 16. That's an interesting one at this very early stage, but nonetheless, well, what we got? We got the Living Dead catching up on these two, on the back of Conrise at least. Anyway, so I'll give you a quick rundown, guys, of where we stand at the moment. Obviously, we do have 10 runners and riders still in this race, and LGS has actually got a penalty, so he's the one who's boxed and gone for an early stop. And I wonder if that penalty was for the lagging Flame Dragon potentially. But anyways, Weekly Nath is out in front at the moment, ahead from Flame Dragon. Then you find the Ferrari of Blackster Hill in third. Davey is fourth, who has set the fastest lap of the race so far on a 37.4. Conrise is fifth with the Living Dead sixth. Footy, who's had quite a few incidents this race, not really necessarily of his own fault, is now seventh. Just like Senna is eighth after his sidepod glitch with Footy. Ascassin is ninth, and LGS, who's just made his pit stop, is down into P10. Actually, saying that, Weekly Nath's advantage, Chris, I think is just increasing again. But so indeed, but so does Flame Dragon. Flame Dragon's still yet to run the prime tyres himself, and he pits as well. Blackster Hill is actually on the prime tyre, so he'll be on the options at the end. So he'll be staying up for probably at least another couple more laps before he goes in for his final pit stop. Wait for them to go past the pit lane, and indeed with Conrise, yeah, Living Dead has made the move on Conrise. Conrise did have the DRS down towards the turn 1. He's actually on the inside of the Living Dead now as they come through turn 3 and in towards turn 4. Okay, but Living Dead has got the inside, got the racing line, has much better traction, and he takes that what is now P3. Well, Connor's actually having a good race, considering he started, you know, towards the back end of the field. He's actually having a really strong race.
I mean, I know from racing last year at this track where I got a podium. He actually struggled here last year, so to see him do well at a track. He actually struggled here last year, so to see him do well at a track. He's also been more competitive this year. It's a good thing to see.
Well, he's
probably competitive this year. Our challenge.
Because he doesn't have to put up with you.
Whoa! What are you trying to say there, Adam?
Nothing at all.
Whoa! What are you trying to say there, Adam?
Conrise is clearly struggling in his option tyres. I wonder if he's got DRS because he's got Weekly Nath behind him and doesn't have the DRS, and Weekly Nath is on his fresh prime tyres, and well, that's as easy as you like taking candy from the derby. And Weekly Nath, oh, Conrise going for a dive down the inside, and that is really opportunistic from Conrise. That is.
I bet you 5,000 players going to go in the pits this lap. I bet you
Hey, £5, please, Chris.
I'll never shook your hand, mate.
Oh, well, that was really opportunistic there from Conor Rice. Caught Weekly Nath off guard, and he did the dummy on him, and that was brilliant. So Weekly Nath has got it to do again, and all this is going to do is allow Flame Dragon, who's in P6, to close that gap up. Now finish my kind of pop solo. That is just wrong.
I'm trying to make a funny joke out of something.
Yeah, but your jokes are like just
make a funny joke
rubbish. Anyways, guys, if you've got any messages you want to get to us, guys, do just send them on the Twitch chat box, and we can try and get to them as soon as we can. Or quicker way, send them to us on Xbox Live to gamer tag just tag 840 or to XRL Boberts. Coming towards Sector 3 with 10 laps to go here, viewers. Weekly Ned, who is currently in the net lead at the moment, but he's running P5. He's still all over the back of Conor Rice, and I wonder, well, he's not as close this time, so he might actually get alongside him by the time they get to the hairpin. And he probably, well, let's see if Conor Rice does the same move again. I think Weekly Ned will be more awake to it this time. Conor Rice trying to defend towards the middle of the track, but Weekly Ned has already seized past him. He reaches 220 miles an hour, so he's got good straight line speed. Defends into the middle and the inside of the track, and he maintains that position this time around.
Stream. Thank God for a new host, and there we go.
He's boxed in this lap. So, Footy's actually in P6. Flame Dragon's actually behind him, so Footy has actually gained a position. Because of the incidents that have happened, and yeah, I think that might be right actually. Let's just have a look. I'm going to have a quick look at the race director and see who has made what. So the top 3 have all made 1 pit stop. So Weekly Nath has made his 2nd pit stop and is the net leader. So then it's Flame Dragon behind, and Conor Rice has now made his pit stop. And I think he's going to come out ahead of LGS. So Conor Rice could actually be a net P3 potentially.
It depends how far ahead his teammate is of him. The teammate depends how far ahead his teammate is of him.
Let's just say goodbye to Jumbo. So Blackster Hill is currently still in the race lead at the moment. Covering in the Ferrari tonight, he's doing a decent job. Well, he has had a few incidents, obviously, we are aware of this, but you know, he's not doing a bad job considering, and he's got 1 pit stop to make. He will run the option tyres, and he will be quick at the end of the race. Davey, who needs to run option tyres again, he's in P2 at the moment, closing up onto the back of the Ferrari in front, but I wonder if either of these two can make a pit stop this or next lap.
Well, I've just invited here he is.
As Blackster Hill actually pits, as does Davey. So Michaels, was that just another simple, usual disconnection?
Are you going to blame the scaffolding this week? Are you going to blame the scaffolding this week? That's right then.
But yeah, I mean,
indeed,
yes, but we have heard from a few drivers complaining about the lag. I have said to everyone who's been in with us so far that we will be changing the host for next week. So, you know, as I said, it might not just be your own fault. I think it is down to the host connection, so it will get changed. Hey, it's a first. There's a first for everything.
I'm getting somewhere. I'm disappointed with that. I've done the undercut, got ahead of that with that. It was straight in the first. I've done the undercut, got ahead of that. It was straight in good, but then, and then was looking good.
Yeah, well, look, there has been quite a few incidents this race, I must say, actually. So, you know, things will be looked at. You know, drivers need to be careful. They should be aware of this, but that's what happens. But I'll tell you one thing that personally did gain from it all, as I've always mentioned, is Weekly Nath. He went from 8th to 1st, Michael, by the end, not even by completing the first lap. No, there you go. It's actually Edmar Mr. Indio has actually sent me a message saying, he's actually said, "Oh, dude, I feel your pain yesterday. This game is pure qualified pole with a 35.9, half a second ahead of second, third lap in, disconnect, neat. I feel your pain, Indigo, at least we're in the same boat on that one. Well, to be fair actually, that's 3 seasons in a row where I've disconnected from this track, so... Weekly Nath is in the lead. He's got about a 5-second gap over Flame Dragon, but they're both on prime tyres. Just on Bob Connorized, he's on prime. Living Dead is 5th and he's on option. Davey is 4th and is on option, and Blackster Hill is 3rd is an option. So it's we've got what 7.5 laps remaining. I think Weekly Nath could hang on to this. I don't know about Flame Dragon. I think he could come under some pressure. Saying that, you're not even going to be here, Michaels, because your connection is that crap anyway. I was going to say, but yeah. As there's a good battle for P7 at the moment, which is between XRL LGS, who's on prime tyres, and Footy, who's actually now down to P8, but he's on the options. So Footy has lost out because of some incidents that, as I've said before, not necessarily his own fault, but he's found himself down in P8 at the moment. But he is right on the back of the Toro Rosso of LGS as they come into the last section now. He actually rides the curve there, doesn't cut the corner, he takes it decently as they come onto the back straight now. He should be able to make an overtake here, but you know, I have been proven wrong before, anything can happen. As there you go, DRS has been deployed from HP Footy, and well, I think it's a simple overtake. A little lag there, but he's on the inside, he's got the car stopped, just, and he takes that, what is now P7. No, I don't think he's going to be happy with a lagging Flame Dragon. I think that's what cost him an emblem, and that's cost him this race actually. Well, the next target now for HP X Footy is the Force India of Conrise, who's also in prime tyre. So Footy could still get a 6th place here, which is probably not what he would have wanted considering how well he qualified, getting pole position on debut, but there you go, it's just one of those things, it happens sometimes. But you know, he's looking really good. He's a clean driver, I would say, Chris, and I think he's got great potential with races to come.
Absolutely, especially after last week, they just turned into Maldonado and Grosjean, they just turned into Maldonado and Grosjean, much an improvement. And to be fair, I'm going to make the prediction now that he's going to win. To be fair, I
think he is definitely one to watch, and he's going to be a big scout as the season wears on. Just looking on my minimap, the gap at the front between the front two is actually starting to close down a little bit. So Flame Dragon closing in on the back of Weekly Nath, so hopefully one to look out for later in the race and upright. But back on board with Footy, I wonder if he's got the DRS, and indeed he does, so he's within the detection point of Connorized in front, but he's not close enough to make a move down into the hairpin this time around, but he will just gain time nonetheless anyway. And I think he's dragging along LGS for the ride as well. But yeah, he was dragged by me last season, and it could be the same with Dizzy Keeford this season.
To be fair, he has been finishing ahead of him, but not by...
Indeed, yes, as HP Footy had a real good run on the back of Conrise there, coming towards turns 1, 2 and 3 with the DRS advantage as well. But he just wasn't quite close enough to take advantage around the outside. He has to hang back behind and stay in that turbulent F for now. Oh, it's Conrise, it's a little bit out of shape there through that right-hander of what is turn 6, yeah, turn 6 through turn 7 and turn, Footy actually kicking up a bit of grass there as Conrise locks up, excuse me, as he comes to the right-hander. Footy having a sneaky look on the inside there, the first part of his double left, but has to hang back for now, probably a wise choice, so he can have the DRS on this long trim. It should be an easy move for him, I say it should. Conrise did a dummy move on Weekly Nath earlier, and he could easily do the same again. about 3.5 maybe.
He goes wide around the final corner, gap over, but crucially, he goes wide around the final corner, 4 laps remaining, but crucially, that's got enough gap to 4 laps remaining as long as
he will. Just to cut across you, Chris, Footy has made the move on Conorize. Conorize was actually attempting to look for the same move again as he did on Weekly Earth, but Footy was having none of it, and he's taken that P6 for now. It's just a case of can he hang it on through this next DRS. Oh, he's just kicked up the ball out there, runs a little wide. Conorize does have the DRS, but the prime tyres are just nowhere near quick enough, and I think Footy's just going to streak away. Moving up the field, Living Dead is currently P5. He's actually set a good lap time of 37.2, and at one point I thought he was catching Davey. But I think Davey's now up to end of the game. He's starting to close in on Blackster Hill. So this battle for the podium is not quite over yet, and at the same time, these are all catching to the 2 prime runners out in front. So could we have a potential last lap battle on our hands here, Chris?
We've got 4 laps remaining after this. The gap is definitely decreasing. Flame Dragon could be on for the gap is definitely decreasing.
Indeed, but at the same time, he's being caught all the time by these 3 option runners. This could be a last lap banzai here. Stick with us. Obviously, you're not going to be interrupted. This is not ITV. We don't miss the entire Indy innings, and we stay for the full 28 laps.
The gap's gone down to about 2.5 seconds, so Weekly next. The gap's gone down to about 2.5 seconds, so not going to be Weekly next.
I don't think he's comfortable on these prime tyres, but obviously, as I keep mentioning, the guys behind on these options are closing. I'm going to have a look at the race director here and see what times they're doing. I mean, Weekly Nath, he's been setting, since he's been on these primes, he's done 39 flat, 38.8, 38.8, a 40.2, so that's probably where he's lost time, then a 38.7, 39.2 and a 39.8, compared to Flame Dragon, who's done 38.4, 38.7, 38 flat, 39 flat, 38.4, 39.7, 39.2, so Flame Dragon's the more consistent driver, and he's starting to close in, but look at the option, guys. They're in high 37s, low 38, so they're catching the best part of a second a lap. This could be really close on these final few laps. I think
Flame Dragon is straggling. We've got 3 cars now chasing. Flame Dragon is straggling. 4 laps remaining. 3 cars now chasing. So just got 4 laps remaining. This Nando's has just got.
Why do you have to bring food into this?
Why not?
Well, I'm hungry, but while I'm saying that, I had big tea, and I want more now.
Get a big tea by Little D. Get a big tea by Little D.
Christopher Moss there, bringing you his size that he loves to suck on. Anyway, back to the action.
Whoa!
I tell you what, Blackster Hill is no more than 2 seconds off the back of Flame Dragon here. If these start battling, I think Weekly Nathan, bit of a conical there from Blackster, but if these guys keep on battling, you know, when it comes to it, I think Weekly Nathan can hang on. Stick out actually. Look at this, there's actually a bit of a battle going on further back, which I will get on board with for the time being before these guys all start fighting out amongst themselves. And it's Footy who's still coming from under threat from Conorize. These guys are still going at it. Footy's not been able to break the DRS as they're coming towards turn 1 with just less than 3 laps to go here, viewers, and it is going to be an intensely close finish. I think Weekly Nath, Chris, has actually pulled out a bit of a gap, and I think he's got this win in the bag. Touch wood, it's Flame Dragon who's going to be under threat here. As they're coming to the end of Sector 1 now, in towards Turn 6, and Conorize is actually sticking to the back of Footy here as they keep on. He's struggling on these option tyres. I wonder if they've reached the cliff. I'm actually now going to ride on board with Blackster Hill because Flame Dragon, he pitted a lap earlier compared to Weekly Nath, and that's probably what's doing the damage for him. And Blackster Hill, with just over 2 laps to go, has got a really good chance of taking second place, and he's in the DRS zone. So here we go, battle commences for what is now P2 as Patronus sends me a message saying, I'm having toad in the hole now, yummy. Stop making me hungry.
Oh, we got the food banter. We've got the food.
And Leroy has
we
sent
got
me.
the
And
food
Leroy sent me a
banter.
message, but it's a
We've
voice
got the
message,
food
but I can't
banter.
listen to it. Patrona, stop sending me messages. There's Blackster Hill has got the DRS on the back of Flame Dragon. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? No, he stays behind him for now. Oh, for Pete's sake! I've got the glitch again where my messages are resending.
Yes! Yes, hallelujah, thank you, Patronus,
Yes!
you have just made my
Yes,
evening. Hallelujah, thank you, Patronus, you have just made my
Somebody.
evening.
Is Blackster Hill having it? Is this going to be a 10? Oh, that was a bit of a dive bomb attempt there going towards turn 6, but he sticks behind for the time being with just a lap and a half to go. Weekly Nerf should have this under control. It's the battle for P2, which is spicing up. It's the Irishman versus the Swede. Not the food as in the Swede, as in the Swedishman.
I have a sneaky feeling that
What gave you that impression, Chris? Smart? No. Intelligent? No. Man? Barely.
Whoa! Whoa!
I'm 21, but there you go. As Blackster Hill has got the DRS, Flame Dragon has defended right to the inside line. Can he hang on to that position? He parks it on the apex. They're going to be side by side coming into the final corner. Flame Dragon's going to take no prisoners here. But Blackster Hill round the outside of the final corner. That is a great move, and he takes that P2 for the time being. But Flame Dragon does have the DRS as they come down into turn 1 again, but he's just not quite close enough, and he's lost that P2. Is he going to go for an adventurous move here? Oh, he was looking for it. He tried.
But not only that, he's got to be careful here, because P3 and Gravy could be right on. He's got to be careful here, because P3 and Gravy could be right on.
Indeed, well, I'm sure Gravy would love to speak to you, Chris. There's actually saying that
oh, and there's a little bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Red Bull.
Well, if Flame Dragon makes the move here, I think there's going to be a little... Has he backed off? Oh, I don't know. No, well, it's okay now. Blackster Hill remains in P2 now, but Flame Dragon getting really feisty and agitated behind him. But this is now just bringing Davey into the mix. This is now a three-way battle, and we're on the final lap here, viewers, as we come into Sector 3 for the final time. Weekly Nerf just has to keep it together, and he will take his first win and actually maintain Mercedes' strong hand in the championship in the constructors. As Blackster Hill is actually... Has he gone off track? I think he has.
Yeah.
Oh! And David, and there's huge contact. And
he's lost his front wing. Oh, and Davey's up to second. And he's lost his front wing. And Flame Dragon's lost his front wing. Second. But there's contact and Flame Dragon's lost his front wing. Allowing him to go through. He's just marking him across the track. He's not even allowing him to go through. And he's locked up, and that's Flame Dragon over. And he's locked up, and that's Flame Dragon over. If not,
well, Weekly Nerf takes the win.
Nonetheless, Weekly Nerf has got a race win there. Well deserved. But nonetheless, Gravy has got a race win there. Well deserved. Gravy, second place, he's going to be enjoying that KFC. We have Conrad, and finally we have Dirty Pig.
Yeah, he's actually into P6. I wonder if something... Where's Footy and all this? Because LGS is 7th. Just like Senna is 8th.
Footy's down to 9th. Footy's down to 9th. Terrible race. Well, I think that's fair to say. Footy's had a terrible race. I think that's fair to say. Whatever they is. Whatever they is. And just like I said, they moved up P6 because of the 2 penalties. And just like I said, they moved up P6.
We shall wait for the remaining people to cross the line, but that once again was dodgy.
It ruined a really
good race. It did indeed. It wasn't just then. There was a few incidents, I think, where it happened, but nonetheless, we shall get the top 3 into the box, and I'll just scroll up and down so people can, do what they need to do. But yes, nonetheless, Weekly Nerf takes a first win.
21.
Chris, could you do me a favour and get Blackster Hill in for me, please?
I could, or I could just invite him up. I could, or I could just like.
Oh yeah, I'm too good. I can just time that perfectly. Oh, Weekly Nath has lost his voice apparently. Oh, that is a huge shame. Well, I'm sure you're over the moon, Weekly Nath, for taking that victory. I mean, 8th to 1st by the end of the first lap, and you were cruising, so well done to you on that one. So, Davey, that means we will go over to you. You had a great qualifying, you know, starting on the front row, P2. That's probably, I would probably say that's what you could have asked for, really. And then, yeah, starting on the prime tyres, it didn't really seem to do you a good favour.
No, I realised it was a mistake because I saw someone else do it. No, I realised it was a mistake because I saw someone else do it. They made it work last night, so I thought I'd have a go. And they made it work last night, so I thought I'd have a go and at the start. But
yeah, obviously, as I said, you know, that probably could potentially have cost you maybe a win tonight, because, you know, Weekly Nath, who started in P8, made his way up into first by the end, not even by completing the first lap, and he was cruising from there. But, you know, you did have some good battles, in particular with your teammate of Conrise, although I wonder if that was team orders for you to go through there. But nonetheless, even, you know, you made your way back through the field, and 18 well-deserved points for you.
yeah, and there was no team orders between me and Connor.
No, well, that's great to hear. It's just pure racing between the pair of you. So, well done to you, Davey. And going into Spain next week, do you think you can ask for a same result again, or is it a track that you dislike?
Hoping to get the same result, maybe better if. Hoping to get the same result, maybe better if.
So congratulations to you on picking up your second place tonight. And Blackster Hill, well, it seemed to be a very, very eventful race for you tonight. Just the first question. Well, obviously, I'll ask you, how did your race go in your opinion?
Flame Dragon flagging so much on my screen. Flame Dragon flagging so much on my screen. It was hard to. Yeah, lag. He was flying in the air and didn't really do anything. Yeah, lag. He was flying in the air.
Yeah, I mean, there was. We did mention from some people who had lost connection or retired that there was some lag issues. So I have mentioned that we will find a new host for GP2 next week, and I will get LGS to do a connection test or something. But going into those last few laps, you know, obviously on those option tyres, you were catching up to the two leaders, and you know, a second place seemed to be on the cards for you, and you made the move eventually in the end. But what happened on that back straight on that right-hander? You just seemed to go off the track.
Yeah. I was flying so much. I was flying so much. I think my screen. I was flying so much. I couldn't.
So.
I didn't see him, but like I said, I couldn't really do anything. I didn't see him, but maybe it was a mistake by mine. My tire.
Alright, okay, well thanks for your comments anyway, Blacksteel, and a good third place for you tonight, taking up 15 points, so very well done to you guys. And so once again, I'd just like to congratulate Weekly Nath on taking his first victory, and the Mercedes taking a stronghold in the Constructors already. So that has been GP2 for tonight, guys. Tomorrow night you will have the F4 division, where Righteous Tag will hopefully have a better result this time out and can maintain his connection, and you know, maybe even get some points on the board, which I think is what he'll be asking, where you'll be joined by Wes and myself. And then obviously we have the double header on Wednesday night of F5 and T6 before we return once again at the weekend on Sunday night for the F1 division going around the Circuit de Catalunya. But from